Hey guys, how are you all doing? How are you doing? How are you doing, my cutie popping queens? How are you doing? So today we are going to be talking, okay, about a very important topic. Do not judge, okay? Don't judge people. I know you guys are like, okay, Chichi, you used to talk about people in your vlogs. Yes. When you see people who bloggers talk about people, it's just for the sake of just creating content. Most people that talk about vlog about talk about people, they don't, inside them they believe something else. Sometimes what people even tell you about what they believe, what they think about that particular person, it might not be 100% what they really think. You get me? So yeah. But I've learned in real life, so, okay, this is not YouTube now. This is not content creation. This is not just, okay, let's pick on it just for the sake of let's just talk and laugh about it, or just talk for the sake of just talking about something, okay? In reality, okay, let's talk about real life. Over the years here, I've learned not to judge people, okay? How am I going to put it? So I learned not to judge people, not to like when people make a decision, I have learned not to criticize or be like, why would you do that? Stuff like that. Like in real life, yeah, I don't do that. I might be like, but I don't take it personal. You get my point? I don't really take it personal. Reason being that, sometimes in life, yeah, if you don't understand where people are coming from or what they really think or what's making them do something, you just don't talk about them. Like for instance, yeah, I see people online, yeah, talking about this guy in Nigeria, Bobrisky. Because the guy is a cross-dresser, he dresses like a girl, he does girly things. People are like, I pray, like raining curse, raining abuse. Oh, God is gonna be regretting that he created you as a guy, stuff like that, yeah. One thing about life is you might not agree with people's decision, you might not agree with what people think about themselves or what people want to do with their life, but this is what I get to understand here. Some people do something because think about it. Before somebody will wake up in the morning and say, okay, I want to be dressing like a girl, something must have made the person make that decision. So now, let me put it this way. Sometimes I respect people's decision to do some certain things. Okay, I think that's the easiest way to put it. When people make a decision, I just respect their decision. I don't be like, oh, why did you do that? I can just be like, okay, let's talk about it. Tomorrow I can be like, let's talk about Bobrisky. Like, he's dressing like this, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that, blah. But deep down inside me, I don't look at them any different. Okay, that's how to put it. I think this is the best way to put it. I don't look at people any different because of the decision they make about their life. Yes, this is the best way. So maybe not judge, but I don't look at people any different because of the decision they make about their life. You get why some people can be hard on people and be like, oh, I can never eat with this person, I can never do this kind of person. Be saying, oh, if because you dress like a girl now, I can never have anything to do with you. Like you guys know on my channel, YouTube channel, like people have done my makeup, people that paint their face, put lipstick, apply lipstick, they've done makeup on me. Do you get it? Guys that put lipstick or dress like a girl, whatever, they've done my makeup. Do you get it? Because I don't judge people. I don't be like, oh, because you apply lipstick or a guy applies. So I don't want to. Some ladies, yeah, when you introduce them to somebody, the person is a guy and the person is a makeup, and I be like, okay, hey, I used to apply lipstick. I say, oh no, I don't want the person. No. So I've learned not to. That's like, how will I put it? I've learned not to have issue with people based on the decision they make about their life, because sometimes you don't know where people are coming from. Be like, think about it this way. Like before somebody will wake up in the morning like, oh, I want to start dressing like a girl. Something must have made the person make that decision. Maybe the person have seen that, oh, all my business is not working. Everything I do is not working. So if I dress like this, I might end up at least putting food on my table. You don't know what a person have gone through personally. Do you get me? Like sometimes, yeah, people used to be like, oh, I can never do this, I can never do this. And at the end of the day, you find those kind of people that say they can never do something, doing something. Okay, let's say for instance, yeah, you guys know this celebrity. I like using celebrity because most people can relate to celebrities. Like there's this celebrity, Nigerian celebrity, Tonto Dike. There is one time when she put up something on Twitter because one of the actress, Mercy Johnson, she put to bed today and she's working the next day, not the next day, sorry, the next month or something like that, and she took her baby and her nanny to set to to act. And this celebrity be like, oh my god, what rubbish. Oh, if I ever marry, I'm going to marry somebody that I don't need to work. I need to marry somebody that I don't need to work the next month when I eventually marry. I won't marry a man that cannot feed me, that I have to be working the next month. Guess what? All the guys she's been marrying or have married, she end up saying she's the one that's giving them food, she's the one that is feeding them, she's the one that is doing this. Do you get me? So sometimes as well, you don't judge people. You don't just say something like, oh, when I do this, I can never do this. Like, you never can say never ever. Like, never ever. Like, for instance, I see people judge people like people judge people like moms, and people say like, oh, this person, like, for instance, again, Nigerian celebrity, there's Iyabojo, blogs always like, oh my god, this is mother. What kind of mother is she that is letting her child dress like this? What kind of mother is she that is letting her child do this? What kind of mother are you? And the thing is, when you look at people who write such comments, they haven't even had kids. So it's easy to say that, oh my gosh, this woman did not train her daughter very well, when you have not actually had your own kid to get it, or your kids are still young. Maybe your kids are like 5 years, 4 years, or even 6 years, and you'll be like, oh my god, why will this person allow her daughter to be wearing like this? Why will this person allow her daughter to be going out at night? Why? You don't even know what your own child will become. You don't even know what your own child will become. You don't even know what your own child will become. Like, you can't just talk about, say, oh my god, this person is not a good mom, when your own child is still 5 years, 6 years. Like, you don't really know what your own child will become. So it's easy for you to say, I will never allow my child do this. I will never allow my child do this. Some people say, oh, I will never allow my child marry this kind of person. I will never allow my child do this. You can't just say that, because your own children are still young. You don't know what they're going to become. Like, you don't really know what your own children are going to become. Like, say for instance, you're criticizing something like, oh, this child, blah, blah, blah. And you don't even know what your own children are going to become. You don't really know. So sometimes you can't just be talking about people. You don't know tomorrow. Also, so you just cannot talk about people. Like, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I can never do this, I can never do this, and at the end of the day, that's what they are doing. Like, you can see some men be like, oh, I can never date a younger girl. When anybody dates a younger girl, you're looking for your destruction. Like, men say that, oh, you can never date a younger girl. When you date a younger girl, oh, you're looking for your destruction. You end up, when you end up looking at who they are dating, they're actually dating younger girls. And when they go on the internet, say people who date younger girls, they'll be like, oh, why is this guy dating younger girls? Why can't this guy go and find somebody that is mature to date? This matured women are the only best people to date, when you yourself have not been in a situation where you actually fall in love with a younger girl. So this applies to men, to women, like everyone, young girls. Like, just don't take things personal. Like, don't take what people did or have done. Don't take it to heart. Don't just be like, oh my god, blah blah blah, be bitter about it, or just try to because you can never understand, because you are not inside. You don't know what they think. Like, sometimes people can be like, oh, even girls, like women judge people who like date younger guys, like, oh my god, why would you be dating somebody like your son's age? Why would you be dating someone like your son's age? When I was in secondary school, I'd be like, oh, I cannot work with this kind of person. I cannot walk around with you because you're this. But later on, after some time, when I've grown, when I left secondary school, I begin to like tolerate people, like I can work with people. I can't be like, oh, because you behave like a tout, I won't have anything to do with you because you behave like a tout, or because you behave like this, I won't have anything to do with you. I just try to understand people. Like, you can say people behave like tout, but you don't even know their upbringing. Sometimes it's not them. They don't, how will I say it? They don't make themselves to behave like that. Sometimes it's upbringing. Sometimes it's how children are brought up. It's how people are brought up. So you can't just be hard on them sometimes. Sometimes as well, when I have encounter with people and people behave funny, I'll be like, even though I felt like you've done something very bad to me, but that's just who you are. But with friends, so from friends can do something to you and you feel like, oh my god, why this person behave like this? But you need to sit down for a second and be like, this person is bound to do like this because look at the person upbringing. Maybe the person have a very rough upbringing. That's why the person can do this and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes you can just, sometimes what you can do is you don't have to talk to that friend again, but try as much as you can to just understand that there might be a reason why this person is doing this way or why this person acted this way. Just try somehow to just see it like that, like, okay, why did this person act this way? Because sometimes people have their own interior motive. So when people do something, they have their own interior motive. Yeah. So for instance, like when a woman snatch somebody's husband, like they say snatch, even though I don't believe in that word snatch, okay, but I love to use it because it's a kids. Snatch. Okay, when a woman snatch somebody's husband, look at it this way and be like, instead of you saying, oh, blah blah blah, this woman is wicked, blah blah, think about it this way. Maybe the person have been in a situation where somebody snatched their own husband as well. Because if you look at it the way the world is going now, you find out as married women that left their husband and they weren't actually snatching other people's husband. Why? And when they snatch it, they do it with so much pride. And why do you think that? Sometimes it's because maybe they've been in a relationship as well where somebody snatched their husband. I'd be like, you know what, I don't care. And when they want to snatch somebody, how they do it, they pride, like, yes, so what? They don't even have conscience. You can be saying like, oh, God will judge you, God will do this, God will do this to you. To them, they'll be like, yes, somebody did it to me, I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to be living. So that's how I'm going to be living. God will judge all of us at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, and you don't even know. So it's easy for us to actually be like, oh my God, this person have no conscience. But sometimes you have to sit down and be like, okay, this person left her own marriage as well. What has happened in that marriage? Maybe something similar has happened to her. And she'll be like, you know what? Anybody that come near me like this, I'm snatching. I don't care. Like, even though I know your wife and I don't know your wife, I'm snatching. So far that man is gullible, and I can. So far that man is gullible, or the man wants me, I'm gonna go with him. What matters is that the guy wants me. If the guy wants me, finish. I'm gonna go with him. So think about it from that way, and also think about it like this: like if a guy as well maybe left his wife as well. Think about it like sometimes people fall out of love, and also sometimes as well. Think about it like this, yeah. Sometimes relationships have ended. So before a relationship actually ends, yeah, it has ended a long time. I used to tell people this, yeah. When a relationship ends, yeah, is the relationship did not just people do not just wake up today and just like end relationship as well, yeah. This applies to man and woman as well. Even as a woman as well, before a relationship ends for a woman, the relationship have ended like long ago. The people are just patching it up. You get it? Maybe this person and the wife, they'll be quarreling, or this person and the husband, they'll be quarreling for a long time before relationship actually ends. So now, when it just finally ends, and people just like, oh my God, this relationship have ended. Like, oh my God, why would this person behave like this? Why would this guy behave like this? Why would this? But this thing have actually ended before. So this is why sometimes it's hard to judge people. And also, yeah, I don't know, but for some reason, I just feel like, yeah, when I see people tell me something, like, anytime people tell me something about them, say like, I don't want to have kids. I'm like, oh really? Wow. Okay, that's fine. It's not everybody that will have kids. If people tell me like, oh, I don't want to marry, I'll be like, oh, you don't want to marry, get married? Oh yeah, that's fine. It's not everybody that's going to get married. I just look at it that way. Like, yes, sometimes don't actually be like, oh my God, what kind of girl is this? You don't want to get married. I'm not going to walk with. Nobody's going to see me with you. Also, sometimes some people be like, yeah, if they see people that have left their husband or separated from them, be like, oh, I'm not going to talk to this one because she have divorced her husband, because that means you cannot be friends. Because you feel like, okay, this person is a bad person or something. Or some guys as well, yeah. When people see like a group of guys that, okay, these guys, they're all single guys, they're all separated, they left their wife, they are now single. People be like, oh my God, what kind of group of people are these? All of them, they do not have a wife at home. You never know. Like, because of the fact that you never know, so it's actually hard to be hard on people. You get? So that when people do something, I try as much as I want. I can talk about it and laugh about it, but inside me, I feel like you don't know why they did so. Like, some people don't really care because of some certain reason. Like, people just do not care. Something makes them not to really care, because really and truly, that thing inside them makes them be like, okay, I don't care, anything can happen, that's just how I am, that's how I'm built, you know. And people are built differently. Sometimes people act in a way that is selfish, you know, selfish for their own selfish reason as well, and they don't actually consider other people. But the truth is there, not everybody consider other people. Most people want to do things for their own selfish interest. They don't want to think about people like, okay, this thing I'm doing, how is it going to affect this person? This thing I'm doing, how is it going to affect my mom? Okay, if I do this now, how is it going to affect my mom? You know, like say for instance, even though you grew up in the ghetto, you will think about it like this, like, okay, you shouldn't be behaving like that. Okay, think about your mom that's going to be crying or something like that. But some people don't really think about anybody when they want to do anything. They just think about themselves. So this is what you need to understand, that not everybody will think about any other people. And don't be hard on them. And so I'm like, okay, why are you not thinking about other people? Why are you not thinking about your daughter? Why are you not thinking about your this, blah, blah. Why do you behave like you without thinking about your that? Some people don't think about anybody when they want to do anything. So that's why sometimes don't just be hard on people. Okay? So also sometimes you feel like you know somebody, and you're like, oh, I know this person cannot do that, and I know this person, but they have skeleton, they have something that they are doing they have some skeleton in their cupboard that you don't know about, and you're like, oh, I know this person cannot do this, I know this person. So don't actually think that you know somebody. Like, you can never know people. Don't be like, oh, I know this person can never do this, I know this person, like, and this person can never do this, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? When things happen, look at it carefully. Don't just be like, oh my god, this person did this. Look at where they are coming from. Look at their background. Look at everything that's happened in their life. Like, okay, now I can understand why this person is doing this. Or maybe just try as much as you can to understand where the person is coming from. That will make you tolerate people more. That will make you not to be so judgmental, because you try to understand like where the person is coming from. Don't just like like that, you know. Just understand where the person is coming from, because sometimes you make mistake, yeah, when you try to like ooh, and don't understand where the person is coming from. Sometimes understand where the person is coming from, like I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go to some people's house and you be like, why is this house so quiet? Sometimes you see people like, oh, this person doesn't smile. This person doesn't smile. Every time you see this person, it's always moody. Sometimes people are going through a lot and you don't know. And this is why sometimes when you greet people on the road and a person did not answer you properly, just leave them. Sometimes you don't even know what they're going through. So just let them be. Like, okay, I greeted this person, didn't answer me. The next day when you greet the person answers you, like, oh, last time I greeted you, didn't answer me. Oh, what happened? The person can tell you something. Just believe them. Okay, just believe them, and that's it. So people can be beggars. Like, you be like, oh my god, this person is such a beggar. Why are you begging? You beg too much. But you don't even know where they're coming from. You don't even know why they're begging. Sometimes some people have tried to work, do many things, and it's not even working. So for you to be like, oh my god, this person is lazy. Sometimes people are really not lazy, you know. When you see people who hasn't got anything, like they don't have money or they don't have anything, sometimes they're not really lazy like you want to think. They're just not fortunate, you know. They don't have the grace, okay? Because really and truly is the grace of God. Is the grace of God, you know. So they just don't have the grace. That's how I would say it, okay? So it's just not good for us to be like, oh my god, jobless person and all this kind of stuff. Or sometimes some people are willing, their spirit is willing, but their body is not. Like, I've seen people who like, okay, I want to do this, but their body, for them to wake up and be like, start that thing, it's very hard for them. So it's just like this, yeah. Their spirit is willing, but their body is weak. You guys, put your own 1 cent, okay? Put your own 1 cent. I would love to hear from you. Bye, guys. Mwah.